with that, we welcome you to the Stan Sheriff Center, the Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineup scrolling in the bottom right corner of your screen. And yes, Annie Mitchum making her 2016 debut, was injured on the first day of practice, Chris. That was back on August 9th, was out about 4 to 6 weeks was the diagnosis with that broken left pinky. They had to perform surgery, inserted a pin, finally got the pin removed on Wednesday. So here she is back in the lineup, in Hawaii serving against the Pepperdine Waves. 2 4-loss teams going at it here at the Stanley. And an early point for the Waves coming from 6'7" junior outside hitter Ashley Harris.
Now look at the front line for the Rainbow Wahine. 6'3", 6'3", 6'4" across the front. That's pretty large.
So serving for the Waves, Ashley Morgan. Down the line it goes. The pass by McKenna Granado. Middle set goes to Casey Castillo, is blocked back. Castillo sets up Mitchum. First swing of the season is blocked. Hawaii keeps it alive, though. Mitchum, a second crack at it, goes high hands, and the Waves will transition. Outside, two-hand dink by Nikki Lyons. Yosia had it covered. Now Nikki Taylor getting the swing. That's blocked back. Maureen Yosia saves it, so back bump set to Mitchum. Right there was Heidi Dyer. Another crack at it by Nikki Lyons, and this time the block was firm for Hawaii. Nikki Taylor along with Casey Castillo up on the jump.
Nikki Taylor at 6'4" on the outside. Watch her go up. Little swing block, turns her hands in nicely. Great technique by Nikki that time.
And good to see Nikki Taylor's left elbow feeling okay. Good on that block, absorbing that contact at the end of the Washington match on Sunday. Seemed to have re-aggravated the left elbow, which kept her out of the first weekend of the season. We know the right elbow's feeling just fine, though, as she puts that down for Hawaii's second point.
How about that no approach jump? Brings the ball down almost inside the 3-meter line and gets the kill.
6'4" senior out of Kaiser High School, tops in the Big West Conference, averaging close to 6 kills per set. She's first in that category by a long shot. Now a net violation called against Hawaii, so Pepperdine will even things up.
Emily Maglio getting a little over-aggressive.
Good look at Dave Shoji. Finally starting to put more pieces of the puzzle together here. On the 4th weekend of the season, Big West Conference play right around the corner. Here's Mitchum, got a good mashing into that one, and Annie Mitchum in the book with her first kill of 2016.
Mitchum's got a big blocker out there. Here's 6'7". Ashley Harris is designated to guard her, but Mitchum won that battle.
So 3 serving 2. Here it comes from Nikki Taylor. The pass by Hannah Lishman, a Punahou alum. Middle set goes to Tara Wiley, and she sends it long. No touch up front for Hawaii, so they're up 4 serving 2. You may be wondering, Annie Mitchum, listed as a middle hitter, but playing the outside role. There are different factors that play into that, right, Chris?
Yeah, they wanted Castillo to go to the outside, but then they thought, well, let's let Mitchum go out there. Might be a little easier for timing-wise, I think, and just give the Rainbows a little more power there on the outside.
Set a little tight to the net, but Mitchum able to knuckle it over for the point. Also playing a factor in Mitchum being off that outside pin. Kirsten Sibley fighting some flu-like symptoms this week. She would also be one of the players in the rotation on that outside pin.
Exactly. Kirsten did not play at all in yesterday's practice. Not feeling well, stayed back home.
And a good serve by Taylor. Bumps that outside, goes to Nikki Lyons, and she's able to send it right by that Hawaii double block.
Interesting that Pepperdine has a libero, Hannah Lishman, who was a teammate of McKenna Granado, actually played opposite her. McKenna was the 01, Lishman the 02, the year that Puno won the state championship.
D-set to Taylor, and she demolishes it.
She had a pretty big block up there, too. She had 6'1", Nikki Lyons. She had Heidi Dyer at 6'2" up there as well.
So here's Annie Mitchum to serve and sends it just long. Maybe a little bit of the adrenaline and exhilaration pumping through the veins of Annie Mitchum. So Calais Greeley will come in to replace her, but Mitchum goes through the front row and goes to the service line with 2 kills on 5 attempts.
Sweet little 400. Dave showed you'll take a 400 number all night long.
Here's Lyons serving. Yosia goes step out to Emily Maglio, and she puts it down. Hawaii up 7-4. Emily Maglio, the 6'3" junior from Canada, a first-team All-Big West Conference selection last year, comes into this match third among Big West Conference players in blocks per set. Tried to go hard angle on the serve. Middle set goes to Wiley. Good diving save by Mags of all people. Taylor is dug up. Maddie Dilfer with the nice save there. Outside it's Hannah Froling. Hawaii keeps it alive. Here's Granado, puts it away.
Oh, Granado was facing a well-formed Pepperdine block, and she just powered it through. Here's a dig by Maglio, was the highlight of this particular rally. Big 6'3" Canadian going to the floor, and there is McKenna Granado finding a hole in the block.
Not bad when your middle hitter can make a save like that. Unable to come up with the dig there, though, on the strike by Heidi Dyer. 6'3" sophomore from San Clemente, California. She is a setter and a hitter in this two-setter system for Pepperdine. In fact, we'll probably see 3 setters here throughout the match, but Dyer with 4 triple-doubles already recorded this season. She does a little bit of everything. Here's McKenna Granado going up over the block. Diving save by Wiley. Taylor on the first contact almost sends it into the seats. She was thinking big things there, Chris.
She was. I kind of like the creativity there. Not many people, will attack the ball on the first contact like that. I like when players are aggressive and creative like that.
Here's Tara Wiley, team leader in aces coming into this match. 16 on the season, sends it home. So a free point there for the Rainbow Wahine. Hawaii coming in 5-4 overall on the year, coming off of that 5-set heartbreaking defeat at the hands of Washington here in this building on Sunday. They dropped 1 spot in this week's AVCA poll to number 15. The Waves on the other side, you saw Scott Wong in his second year as head coach. They're 6-4 on the season. The block was up there on the swing by Dyer. She'll get another stab at it. Right there is Yosia. Chance for Hawaii. Here's Taylor. Blocked and roofed, and it was Hannah Froling getting her arms up.
Notice there have been 2 tips tonight already, and Hawaii's gotten both of those tip shots, something that's been an Achilles heel for them this year. There's a great block by Froling on the outside, turning her hands in and pressing over the net.
So 7 serving 9. Good little spirited fight being put up by the Pepperdine Waves. You'll see a backside. Granado came swooping in, dug up to the scoreboard, played off of that ricochet by Hannah Lishman. Free chance now for Hawaii. Back set, Granado again, blocked and roofed, and it was Hannah Froling getting the gist of it again.
Once again, Froling getting the job done up front. The Oklahoma Gatorade Player of the Year last year in the state. Valedictorian in her class, and the Rubik's Cube Queen on the team.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting note there. Here's Taylor going over the block and finding that deep corner. Taylor now with 3 kills on 7 swings. And Annie Mitchum rotates back into the game.
Again, here's that large front row. Mitchum at 6'3", Castillo at 6'3". Nikki Taylor at 6'4". That's about as big a block as Hawaii can put up.
Set goes high and away. This is Harris by that double block. Well, how do you overcome that huge front line for Hawaii? How about you set your 6'7" outside hitter, Ashley Harris, a transfer from Arizona, 6'7" junior from Petaluma, California.
Father Rogue played basketball for the University of Hawaii back in '83 and '84.
Rogue Harris, yeah, 7'2" Rogue Harris. Here's Harris on the opposite side, and a net violation called against Hawaii. And look at the scoreboard. Pepperdine has knotted things up at 10.
Hey, Mitchum getting a little aggressive there. Got tangled up in the twine.
Froling, the freshman. McKenna Granado with the overpass, and thank you very much, says Nikki Lyons. So the 6'1" sophomore from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The team leader in kills per set coming in, 2.24. At a team-high 13 kills and 13 digs in the 4-set loss to UCLA on Wednesday. And an ace served up by Hannah Froling, and Pepperdine using a 4-0 run to now claim a 2-point lead in this opening set against the home team, Rainbow Wahine.
It shows you quickly up off the bench. want to get the attention of his passers. That's what's breaking down right now is the passing.
Mitchell, that's dug up over the net. Good defense by the Waves here in this opening set. Here's Taylor, the dink, sniffed out by Froling. Harris on the opposite side, off the block and out. Another point for Pepperdine. The run continues, and Dave Shoji is relegated to signaling for a timeout. The Waves have turned set number 1 around. Let's take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. Chris, what's up?
Well, got a surf report on Mitchum? Well, probably not. Annie hasn't played since last October, so Pepperdine doesn't know what to do. Before that, she played in JC. Those are deep film things they got to get, and both in the middle, so they haven't seen her on the outside. And for Hawaii, get the tip last week, not sharp. Worked hard on it this week before practice, especially with the off blocker coming up. They've gotten both tips tonight.
Hawaii goes to Mitchum out of the timeout. Good contact, but a great dig by Hannah Froling. She's been all over the place. Now from off the net, Lyons, the piece on the block, deflected it to Mitchum, who then shanked it out for another Pepperdine point. So the run continues for the Waves. It's now a 6-0 run. Pepperdine out-hitting Hawaii, out-blocking Hawaii, out-digging the Rainbow Wahine in this first set. 14 serving 10. And one knee, the pass by Granado. Yosia goes middle. The Castillo is blocked. Good save there by Mitchum. She'll reset, get the set on the outside, and finally apply the tourniquet.
One thing Annie's struggling a little bit with now is her defense, taking balls. That might have been an out ball she took just in on the cover. But, you know, it's going to take her a while to get used to playing on that left side. But as the night goes on, I sense that she's just going to get stronger and stronger.
Backside set, here's Harris through the block. Oh, nice job of keeping it up by Mitchum. Free ball sent over. Outside, the tip by Lyons. Right there is Yosia. So Mitchum gets the set from Kahakai off the block and down. So adjustment or no, Chris. Andy Mitchum now 4 kills on 10 swings, no errors.
Great adjustment. How about Yosia picking up? I think that's her 3rd tip she's picked up. So Hawaii's doing a good job of correcting some of their mistakes from last week against Washington.
Outside set. That's Lyons, and she's able to tickle the tape and pop it down onto the floor.
Lyons picks up her 3rd kill. Pepperdine hitting 375. They've got 400 right now in the first set.
Compared to 240 for the Rainbow Wahine.
Hawaii's really got to respect this Pepperdine team. They at least took a set off UCLA. Almighty UCLA. Hawaii could not get any sets off UCLA.
Yeah, Scott Wong saying that he feels like they're getting better with every outing, and you can see it in some of the competitiveness within those sets. Here's Emily Maglio with an absolute whooping.
Emily Maglio's improved so much from last year. Her beach experience in the spring really made her, I think, a complete player.
Coming into this match, hitting a gaudy 363 on the season. Middle set, and that's Wiley going hard angling down. We are seeing some great passing and some great defense on the Pepperdine side of the net right now.
Yeah, Wiley, you know, she's the reigning WCC Freshman of the Year. Nice little cutback across her body, showing that she's got some versatility. She's got some shot-making skills. Saw 2 blockers in front of her and just avoided them.
Overpass, free swing for Heidi Dyer, and the celebration again for the Waves, back up by 4. What's happening right now on the Hawaii side, Chris?
Passing, passing, and more passing. Hawaii's got some overpasses going on, some errant passes going on. There was an ace mixed in there.
Here's Mitchum. Oh boy, that was a laser beam. The thing that you will notice instantly when you watch Annie Mitchum is the shape that she is in here in this her senior year.
Phenomenal shape. Way better than last year. She looks terrific.
Backside set. That's Lyons.
And you ask me what's going on. I think there's been 3 overpasses and 1 ace. There's the difference. There's 18-14 right there just in passing.
So Annie Mitchum heads to the bench. Calais Greeley comes back in for Hawaii, and Nikki Lyons will serve. 3rd on the team with 7 aces coming into tonight. Good pass by Greeley there. Slide goes to Mags, and she's able to make it work, even though the set wasn't quite high enough, probably to her liking.
It actually was to her liking, because there were 2 blockers going on her pretty quickly. They read that pretty good. Not a well-formed block, but Mags kind of like that. It was so quick, the block didn't have time to form.
And here's Claire Marie Anderson now, 5'7" junior, out of Punahou. Another Punahou alum, Lishman, with the pass, and it sets up Hannah Froling, who has been just dynamic here so far. Now, you mentioned she's a Rubik's Cube expert. Apparently, she can solve a Rubik's Cube in under a minute, Chris.
I think 51 is her record, but under 50 is now her new goal.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Cross valedictorian.
Outside set of McKenna Granado.
That was a laser beam right there.
Yeah. Able to make it work. Granado averaging 3.3 kills per set. That's second on the team. Hitting 185, and you heard the corner crew talking about it in the Game On segment of the broadcast. That would be a number that she'd like to raise a little bit, the hitting percentage. Noreen Yosia, meanwhile, pings that end line to record another ace.
Well, Hawaii has three, I think, jump servers that set them apart from other teams. They've got Yosia, they got Nikki Taylor, and of course they got Taylor Higgins.
Yosia again forces the overpass. Granado unable to put it down. One hand set goes to the middle, and it's placed down by Jasmine Gross, another freshman, 6'3" from Portland, Oregon. So Hawaii unable to take advantage of the forced overpass. And it will be Heidi Dyer to serve. Yosia has to track down the second contact, sets up Granado off the block and out. Good ad-lib and improvisation that time by both Granado and Noreen Yosia.
Nice back bump set by Yosia. Blind back bump set. Granado adjusted well, saw two blockers up. A little cutty shot back across her body.
And McKenna Granado coming off of a 17-kill performance against the Washington Huskies. Took 45 cracks at it. 18 serving 20 here. Forces the bad first contact. Harris, flat-footed, sends it over. Chance here for Hawaii. Yosia backside, the Taylor block. Right there is Yosia. So Kahakai goes high and away to Mitchum. Misses wide. That's another point for the Waves.
Did not miss by much. I'm surprised Dave showed you didn't ask for the green card there and have a possible challenge, but not to be.
Emma Smith onto the floor to help with some of this service receiving. And she's able to stick one right there. You'll see a middle to Castillo, didn't get a full swing on it. Bump set goes to Lyons, right in the middle of that Hawaii defense. And Pepperdine back up 4, so every time the Rainbow Wahine have closed the gap, the Waves have been able to rip off consecutive points. Timeout Hawaii. Welcome back. Series record is sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. It's a series that dates back to 1976. Hawaii leading 28-3. Last meeting was September 17th, 2011. Hawaii has actually won the last 11 meetings, but in danger of dropping this opening set to Scott Wong's Waves. Down 4. Emma Smith with a nice pass. Here's Taylor off the fingertips of the block and down.
Pepperdine hitting .519 right now and siding out at 68%. That's a huge number. Both of those numbers are big. And they're outdigging the Rainbow Wahine 11-8. Rainbow Wahine hitting a respectable .294, and they're down 22-19.
Middle set, that's Gross, and she's able to, even though she didn't get a full contact on it, was able to find that back line. Just open areas that the Waves are exploiting here. And it's 23 serving 19. The serve by Hannah Lishman. Pass by Smith. Bump set, you'll see it to Mitchum from off the net. So chance now for the Waves. They go middle once again, and it's Jasmine Gross once again. Make that Tara Wiley on the kill, I should say. 6'5" sophomore from Indianapolis, Indiana. So aloha ball here in the first for Pepperdine. Annie Mitchum dug up, tight to the net, knuckled over. Mitchum couldn't put it down. And again, the Waves able to just prolong these sequences. Taylor against a solo block. Gobbles it up and keeps Hawaii alive.
I give credit to the Waves playing some great defense. Their block has been good. We got 2 blocks to Hawaii's 1. They're out digging Hawaii 11-8. And they're playing some pretty good offense.
Scott Wong saying what he is seeing, the difference in this team, especially from last year to this year, a little bit more of that belief that they can hang with some of these ranked opponents, as Nikki Taylor just catches that end line, at least in the judgment of the linesman. And so Scott Wong off of the bench. Now, we are playing with the review challenge system. So Scott Wong can challenge that if he wants to. Instead, he'll signal for a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well.
Rainbow Wahine Volleyball on OC Sports is sponsored by Straub and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Welcome back. There you see Nikki Taylor getting ready to employ the serve out of the timeout. Hawaii facing an aloha ball situation for Pepperdine here in this opening set. Good serve by Taylor. Great pass by Hannah Lishman. Middle set goes to Wiley. Dug up by Nikki, who gets the bump set from the back row and puts it home. 3-0 burst by Hawaii to get back in the picture.
And once again, it's Hawaii's jump servers who are causing havoc for the Pepperdine passing pattern.
Still a long way to go. A lot of alliteration there in your last statement. 22 serving 24. May have been an out ball played by Lyons. Gets the set on the outside. Kept alive by Yosia. Kahakai bump sets Mitchum over the double block. Right there is Dyer. Bump set right side. This is Harris. Cross court. Right there is Nikki Taylor. Middle set to Maglio. Great scramble play by the Waves, and we play on. Yosia, middle to Mags. Blocked. Knuckles it over. Diving save by Dyer. Outside it's Harris. Didn't get a big swing on it. So Hawaii transitions. D-set to Taylor. A 4-0 Rainbow run. And Scott Wong signals for a Pepperdine timeout. This one is not pow yet. Well, just moments ago, it was Pepperdine facing Aloha Ball for the set, up 24-19, but a 4-0 Rainbow Wahine run has brought them to within a point. Out of the timeout, Nikki Taylor again to serve. Tickles the tape. Set goes middle to Wiley, dug up by Taylor, back over the net. So the Waves transition. Lishman, bump set, left side, dug up nicely by Kahakai on the Lion swing. Here's Mitchum, off the block and out, and we're tied at 24.
Go figure. Nikki Taylor not only put up a good serve, but she also made a terrific dig in the back right position. And Annie Mitchum, nice swing on the left. Welcome back, Annie.
And an improbable comeback here for Hawaii to force extra time here in the first set. And alas, Taylor sends it long, but it was a good run. Now it's Aloha Ball again for the Waves.
That was a great run by Nikki Taylor.
So Maddie Dilfer to serve. 5'11" junior from Saratoga, California, transfer from Notre Dame. Pass by Smith. You'll see it goes middle to Maglio. Laying the smackdown.
Well, I think internally right now, the mindset of the Rainbow Wahine is, let's show people we can finish a set. Last week, down up 24-20 and didn't close it against Washington. Couldn't hold on in the fifth set. I think they want to play better at the end of sets. Maybe they're making that statement right now.
Gianna Guinasso serving. Lishman with the first contact. Set goes high and away. Dyer cross court. That was a tough angle, and she made it work.
You know, Dyer's got great vision. She's a beach player, all-American beach player. She saw the open spot in the court, put that thing down in the inside the 3-meter line. That's a great shot.
Sort of had the reaction, that facial expression, like she took a risk there, but it paid off. Nikki Lyons now with the crowd trying to get in her ear. Pass by Greeley. You'll see it outside. Granado. Great dig there by Dilfer. Left side, it is Froling, diving save. Greeley, block in the middle by Maglio. Waves still maintain it. Froling again, blocked back. Lishman plays it first. Right side set to Dyer, the dink. Right there is Greeley. You'll see a D-set to Taylor. Dug up by Lishman, tight to the net, and it goes down on the Pepperdine side.
What a swing by Nikki Taylor. Wow. She just tattooed that. And Hannah Lishman popped it right up. That's some good volleyball.
Tied for the 6th time in this opening set, Chris, and what we're seeing so far, the dink shots not falling with the same high frequency we saw last weekend.
Exactly. That's what's keeping Rainbow Wahine in this contest.
Right side set, that's Dyer. Oh, Greeley unable to pop it up with the one-hand effort.
That's a rare miss from Greeley. Normally a very sure ball handler in the back row. Maybe a little bit shy since she hurt that shoulder last week. A little shy to go down to the ground.
And Pepperdine's best scoring server, Tara Wiley. A little tough pass by Greeley. Outside it goes to Granado. Had to soft touch it over. But it's a point. And we're tied again.
What a smart shot by Granado. You know, when she was a freshman, it was like she had 2 shots, hard and harder. Now she's got hard, harder, and soft shots like that.
She's got 4 kills on 9 swings, hitting .333. Here is Noreen Yosia with the serve. Right side, it's Dyer off the block played by Yosia. So Kahakai bump sets Taylor against a double block. And she goes kaboom!
Hawaii's first set point coming up right here, but Yosia, great jump serve, and Hannah Lishman just popped it right up.
Remember, Pepperdine faced set point up 24-19. Look at what has transpired since. 5 set points for the Waves. Hawaii facing its first one, and they will get it. Noreen Yosia with the delayed ace. And after an agonizing loss in the 3rd set last week against Washington, up 24-20, only to see it slip away, the Rainbow Wahine flipped the script just a week later against the Pepperdine Waves.
Rainbow Wahine Volleyball on OC Sports is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii, Kaiser Permanente, and Island Air.
Welcome back. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank.
Well, in this set, we're going to see Noreen Yosia go to the middle to Emily Maglio, and she's going to repeat it. We'll see the ball come over, and here's the pass. Maglio once, ball's going to come back over, and she's going to what they call repeat it, right back to the same hitter, and then Maglio hits it a 3rd time. What that does is it makes the other team's middle blocker sort of hold her ground more. That time you see the split block, and Nikki Taylor finished, but it all happened because of all that action in the middle. Noreen Yosia unafraid to go to Emily Maglio multiple times.
That's how it works. Somehow the Rainbow Wahine made it work in that 1st set, despite the fact that Pepperdine faced set point 8 times compared to 1 time for the Rainbow Wahine, but they got it when it counted, taking that first stanza 29-27. They trailed 24-19 at one point, Chris.
That's got to give them lots of confidence, to say the least. And they've been snake bit several times this year, not just last week against Washington. They've had other times where they had leads and did not close the set. Dave Shoji's been concerned about that. Yeah, they closed that set for sure.
And open set 2 in a positive fashion as Emily Maglio sends down her 5th kill. Mags was fantastic once again last week in the Outrigger Challenge all-tournament team performance that she put together over 3 nights. Just 3 hitting errors total in 3 matches. And an ace delivered by Nikki Taylor. It was Nikki Taylor's run at the service line late in the 1st set that really helped to spark Hawaii's comeback.
They would not have won the 1st set without Nikki Taylor's jump serve, I'll tell you that. She took them from 19-24 all the way up to 24 all.
Taylor and Yosia each with 2 aces tonight. Make it 3 for Nikki Taylor. Even she let out a smile. That wasn't necessarily the intention, but sometimes when you have it going, you got it going good.
Well, in tennis, the player would hold up their hand and say, "Oh, sorry about that." Not so in volleyball. You're just happy to get the ace.
Here it comes again from Taylor. Are you kidding me? What a way to open this second set. Nikki Taylor now with 4 service aces on the night. Pulling off the hat trick here in this second set. So 3 aces for Taylor, make it 4!
Showing some versatility is Nikki Taylor. Not only a line shot, but a soft line shot.
Timeout waves. Well, Hawaii up 5-0 in this second set. How about a 5-0 flashback? This is your Jack fact of the evening. The last time Pepperdine faced Hawaii, a crowd of almost 10,000 watched the Rainbow Wahine win in 4 sets. That was in 2011. Much of the crowd stayed after the match to be extras in the filming of the Hawaii 5-0 episode.
What's the score right now?
It's 5-0, my man. Nikki Taylor, who has 5 service aces in the match, a new career high, had 4 in a row until that one right there, but it's still a Hawaii point as the middle hit goes wide for Pepperdine. So here's some of the footage from September 17, 2011. You see the Stan Sheriff Center crowd getting their 5-0 on. All of them part of the episode. Remember, it had that scene where the head coach for the home team ended up, I believe, getting murdered in the locker room. He was like in the shower, and I just still am upset to this day that they didn't give that role to Dave Shoji.
Yeah, he really deserved it. Oh, you want to get murdered?
I just wanted to have his acting chops put on display. How about Hawaii getting off to a 7-0 start here in the second set? Nikki Taylor continues to serve bullets, and the roof was up by Annie Mitchum and Emily Maglio.
Annie Mitchum, former 2-time JC National Player of the Year, getting to show her wares tonight. And guess what? Her college coach in the audience tonight, Tom Pestalozzi, on the bench, actually.
The pass there by Ashley Harris. Right side set. Froling off the block. Hawaii will transition. Kahakai. D-set to Taylor. Block back. But they're going to say that that hit didn't get above the tape, so Pepperdine off the schneid. Now, think about this. Hawaii was down 24-19 in the first set. They ended up going on a 10-4 or 10-3 run in that set to close set number 1. They go on an 8-0 run to start set number 2.
18-4?
Mitchum blocked and roofed, so the Waves able to put consecutive points together. Yeah.
So here's the latest on hat tricks. You get 2 goals, it's a brace. 3 is a hat trick. 4 is a haul. 5 is a glut. So what did Nikki Taylor get?
She got 4 in a row.
So she got a haul. In soccer, anyway.
She has 5 for the match. So she actually has the glut overall, but got the haul consecutively.
Exactly.
And that's how we differentiate it. Either way, it's a career high for service aces in a single match for Nikki Taylor.
Here comes another jump server. Taylor Higgins jumping in the fray. She can turn a match around all by herself.
Nine serving 2. And Maglio with the solo stuff. And the Rainbow Wahine have it rolling right now, Chris.
They really do. Watch Maglio just read. She's patient and waits. Sliding to the outside in case that set went out to the outside.
So the senior out of Punahou Higgins with the serve. Outside set. That's Lyons blocked again. Pepperdine has to send a freebie over. Chance for the Rainbow Wahine. Granado up the ladder is dug up. Set goes back row. That's Dyer. Higgins plays it. Here's Taylor from the back row. Dyer the dig. Oh, a little miscommunication on the second contact. Chance now for Hawaii. You'll see a slide to Mags.
Well, Hawaii's showing all of their arsenal now. Running the slide, running the quick in front. Fast forward to the outside, running the D-ball. You'll see her doing a nice job of running the offense. Lindsey Berg done a terrific job, by the way, of teaching EOC a little more about the intricacies of running an offense.
And a 4-0 Rainbow Wahine run. Speaking of running, Taylor Higgins serving the BB and Mags, the beneficiary. Welcome Welcome back. Let's check out the First Hawaiian Bank top 3 Hawaii career kill attempts. Kim Willoughby. Yeah, she took a lot of swings at it, and that was running pretty much at the same time as Lily Kahumoku also getting a ton of swings at it, but Kim Willoughby tops on the list. Over 5,200 career attempts, and a lot of those went down. As we return to live action, middle set to Maglio, and it just keeps rolling for Hawaii. It's now a 5-0 run to follow up their 8-0 run to start this set. 13 serving 2. Remember, this was a team that was down 24-19 near the end of the first set, and they turned it around to take it 29-27.
This is a good Pepperdine team, let me tell you.
Lishman tracks down the second contact. Another free chance for Hawaii. Can the dominance continue? Mags on the slide. The dink is returned. Good scramble play by the Waves. Granado up the ladder and down the chute it goes. Got the touch point, Hawaii. They are up a dozen.
I got to tell you, I'm a little shocked. This Pepperdine team is showing they were for real in that first set, dominating the last part of the set, up 24-19. And then a nice run by Taylor Higgins. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Hawaii comes alive through Nikki Taylor's serve. Then Higgins picks up on it. Nikki Taylor starts the second set with a lot of great serving. And it's a different ball game. Remember, this team took a set off UCLA as little as 3 days ago. Hawaii couldn't get a set off UCLA.
Maglio with the kill on the step out. And how about the reception, the ovation that Taylor Higgins received as she headed back to the bench?
Well deserved.
This is a crowd that truly appreciates the effort of that 5'9" senior setter. Emily Maglio with the serve. Middle set, that's Wiley. Denied access, Casey Castillo. It's just amazing for all of the cracks that were in the Hawaii game, starting with serve receive, even some of the setting, just some of the rhythmic parts of the game. Hawaii has absolutely shored it up in all areas here in the second set.
Well, pretty much playing flawlessly except for that.
Yeah. I mean, you can't be perfect. Nikki Lyons going through the block and down. But where has it started for Hawaii here in the second set of just putting it seemingly all together?
It started with the serving. You know, Nikki Taylor, that got them off to such a good start. They're so confident. And then when they did receive serve, they were passing well just like that. They could set the middle just like that. When they're passing well, they go to the middle. Ooh, then it makes it really tough on the other team's middle blockers. They've got to start honoring Hawaii's middles, and they're late to get to the outside. And then Hawaii's outside hitters just licking their chops for a split blocks.
17 serving 4. Now they got to deal with Noreen Yosia's serve. She does give them a break, though, missing wide. And a point for the Waves. It's 5 serving 17.
I think she was serving down the line there to avoid serving to Hannah Lishman, because Lishman's been passing the ball pretty well, at least on Yosia's serves.
Lyons with the serve there. Good pass by Granado. Middle set to Castillo. Oh, and she applied Maddie Dilfer with the chin music.
Maddie Dilfer's tough, though. She comes from some good lineage, right?
Oh, yeah. Her father is former NFL quarterback, now ESPN analyst Trent Dilfer. Won a Super Bowl with the Ravens, of course, a Fresno State alum. But she was victimized by the old six-pack just a few moments ago. Now that hit from the middle goes wide by Wiley. And the largest lead of this second set for the Rainbow Wahine. 19 serving 5. I mean, this is shocking. Overpass. Thank you very much, says Annie Mitchum.
Well, it looks like that little wrap that Renee Shigemura has put on Annie Mitchum is working. She tapped it down with that left hand. Pinky was probably involved. Passed the test.
Annie Mitchum can give a mean shaka with that left hand nowadays. Right side, here's Dyer off the block. You'll see it goes high and away. Here's Mitchum. Good play off the ricochet by Dilfer. Bumps that left side. That's Froling blocked back. Back set now. Dyer off the block and down. She was able to tool Mitchum that time.
Heidi Dyer leads them in assists per set, leads them in kills per set. Was two-time CIF Player of the Year with High School American, all sorts of accolades for Heidi Dyer.
And a good serve resulting now in an advantage for the Waves. Can they turn the tide here a little bit? High hands by Dyer. Here's Taylor from the opposite position. Forget about it. Make it a double-digit kill night for Nikki Taylor. She's got 10.
And we're only partway through set 2.
And they have her, at least according to our official score stats, they have her with 6 aces. So you got 10 kills, 5 digs, and 6 aces, a career high.
There's another ace.
Speaking of aces, right on cue, Savannah Kahakai supplying that one. Everybody getting in on the ace party.
Kahakai just voted one of the captains yesterday. I believe what Dave showed you said in the pregame show.
Nikki Taylor also being named a captain, and that's just straight miscommunication there. I mean, when Hawaii is playing this well, the last thing that Scott Wong's team can afford to do is provide free points for the Rainbow Wahine.
Pepperdine all out of sorts now.
So Anna Ponce will come in. 5'3" senior out of Moanalua High School. Middle set, that's Gross, dug up by Yosia. So Ponce bump sets Taylor from the back row, hard angle, and in. Point for Hawaii, and it is Aloha ball here in the second.
Great bump set by Anna Ponce, but I'll tell you, Nikki Taylor, again, with a no-step approach, she just gathered, went up, and popped it on the line. Amazing. She continues to amaze.
And Ponce with an ace, why not? Quality cards all around the table for the Rainbow Wahine as they win set 2 by 19 points. And they'll head to the locker rooms with a chance to pop open the broom closet. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the McDonald's match statistics. Chris.
Well, at 24-19 in the first set, Hawaii was being, the Waves had the advantage in kills, they had the advantage in blocks, they had the advantage in digs, but oh, what a difference 2 sets makes. Hawaii now leading in kills and blocks and digs. And how about that ace number? 10 aces and only 4 errors. Oh, Hawaii just dominating ever since 24-19 in the first.
Yeah, 10 aces as a team for the match. That's the most since 2014 against Long Beach State. And as I mentioned, everybody around the table getting quality cards. 4 different players have gotten in on the ace game. 6, of course, a career high for a single match from Nikki Taylor. And what an interesting number. You mentioned Hawaii trailing 24-19 in that opening set. Since that moment, and largely because of the service dynamics of Nikki Taylor, Hawaii outscoring the Waves 35-9.
Hawaii had better be careful and not rest on their laurels too much, because this Pepperdine team is good. That was an anomaly that they got beat 25-6. I will tell you this, Wiley missing right there. The middles have struggled. Hawaii's been digging them and blocking them. The middles, 4 kills, 6 errors, 15 tries. They're hitting negative 15% are the middles. Hawaii's done a great job there in containing them.
1-0. First touch there by Ashley Morgan. Left side set goes to Dyer. Diving save, Granado, nicely done. Here's Mitchum. Oh my word.
Annie Mitchum going up high. She touches about 10-5. She can get up when she wants to. This is a great set from Yosia. And inside the block goes Annie. Inside the 3-meter line. That's a tough one to dig. All you can do is protect yourself, as Heidi Dyer did.
Hey, why not? The theme continues here for Nikki Taylor. That is service ace by the official scoring stats. Number 7.
We saw a shot of Scott Wong, who's done a terrific job in taking on this Pepperdine program. This is his 2nd season. He's got to be frustrated that Hawaii is just on a roll from behind the service line.
And a block in the middle, punched up in the air, and Pepperdine, they are not in rhythm. Manglio, though, very much in rhythm as she pounds it off the Terraflex. Hawaii starts set 3 on a 4-0 run. So they have now outscored the Waves since being down 24-19 in the first set, 39-9. I mean, this is video game type stuff.
Because this is a good Pepperdine team. Boy, playing as if they're in the national championship Final Four.
Outside set, that's Dyer, sends it long. Was there a touch? No touch, and the run continues.
How about Maglio's numbers? 10 kills, no errors. Mag's hitting a smooth little 7-14. The same number of home runs that Hank Aaron had? Or Babe Ruth?
That was Babe Ruth, yeah. Oh, and finally breaking the ice. Nikki Lyons able to find that deep corner. Father Frank Lyons played on the AVP circuit, so she's got a little bit of that volleyball in her veins.
And her sister plays for Appalachian State. Whole family's got it going on.
So 1-5. Uphill battle here to start set 3 for the Waves. D-set to Taylor, had to stutter step on the approach. Now Dyer from the opposite side. Misses wide. Point Hawaii. Rainbow Wahine coming back in set 1. They took it 29-27. Then a dominant performance in the second stanza, 25-6, which marked their largest margin of victory in a single set.
A fourth jump server, Annie Mitchell. There's a tip picked up by the off blocker.
Granato off the tape. And Froling goes off the block and out. But as I mentioned, that dominant 25-6 score in the second set, that was the largest margin of victory in a single set for Hawaii since October 3rd of last year against UC Riverside, a third set score of 25-5. And Tara Wiley blasts it out of bounds.
The last time anybody got double figures against Hawaii was the Long Beach game 2 years ago. And Hawaii beat them. Oh, that was the Aces.
The Circus Aces, yeah.
10 Aces.
Right side set, here's Dyer through the block. Good save there by Kahakai. Outside set, Granato, the quick hitter, played off the net nicely by Castillo. Granato a second time going high hands. What a layout save there by Lyons. Now Froling goes high hands herself. Chance for Hawaii. Castillo blocked. Good cover by Greeley. D-set, Taylor against the double block. One hand save by Lishman. Now the touch over, Hawaii in transition. Granato, the dink. Pinballed around and sent over. Hawaii will take another crack at it. Yosia makes it work.
Little no-look back dump shot by Yosia to end the rally. That was not a very pretty rally. Here's the pass by Kakai. She knows Yosia is in the front row. She can pass the ball a little closer than that so Yosia can dump it once in a while.
Outside, Froling. Good smack on that set.
That was a quality swing. Quality swing from Froling.
A couple of common opponents to talk about between these two teams. Pepperdine got swept by Arizona. Remember, Hawaii was on the verge of being swept by Arizona before the great turnaround, the career-high 33 kills by McKenna Granato, winning that one in 5. And then Hawaii got swept by UCLA. Pepperdine on Wednesday was able to go 4 against the Bruins, and a couple of those sets at least were extremely competitive. And so as Scott Wong was telling us before this match, starting to build the confidence a little bit, but certainly looked shaken in the second set tonight, but making a bit of a comeback here in the third. Hannah Froling has been a big part of it.
Well, Scott Wong did say that they're trending upward. The last 3 matches are their best matches of the year, so he feels like, you know, the 5-setter against Long Beach, 5-setter against Harvard, and then the 4-setter against UCLA. Each match they were getting better and better. He felt they were ready, primed for this particular 2-match series here against Hawaii.
And that'll kill your momentum, though. Heidi Dyer sends it into the twine. It is now 9-5, and another difficult serve to deal with coming from Noreen Yosia. Overpass, Granato unable to put it down. But it'll be a Hawaii point. A violation called against the Waves.
Yeah, Dyer's a back row player, and she went up and blocked, even though she did not jump and block. She still had her hands up, I guess, high enough to break the play of the net.
Back set. Here's Dyer. Make that Froling through the block and down.
Nice back set from Dyer that time. Gave Froling a split block. Still could not quite get out there in time.
So Froling will serve. And that one almost missed the bottom of the net. This is the first time this season, though, that they'll run it back. Tomorrow night, these two teams will rematch. So first time that Hawaii will go back-to-back against the same opponent.
And the only time this year.
That's right.
Actually, because all the league matches now are...
You got travel partners.
Exactly, travel partners, exactly.
Here's Harris through the double block and down. Ashley Harris, we mentioned, pops rogue. 7'2" center, played hoops for both University of San Francisco and Hawaii. And her mom, Jeannie Young, a former Rainbow Wahine basketball player who stood also at 6'7". That's a huge family we're talking about. Granado from the back row pumps it long.
The AOC, I think, wanting to really show all of the arsenal tonight. That's the first time they've gone to the pipe set out of the back row. Looks like she's used up all of her play sets.
Anna Lishman with the serve for Pepperdine. Back set goes to Taylor. The block had not formed, and she took advantage.
Nikki Taylor looking much healthier. Knee looks good. That left elbow not bothering at all.
117. How concerning was it to see Nikki Taylor at the end of that Washington match? Seemed like she had, at the very least, aggravated that left elbow injury. I mean, you could see clearly in pain to close that match, but turned out to be all right. No structural damage from what we gathered, and was able to jump right back into the practice scene yesterday and ready for game action here today.
I think she took Monday and Tuesday off, eased her way back into practice on Wednesday and Thursday, and looks fresh tonight. Good job by Shoji and staff, I think, to give her some recovery time there. She hits a lot of balls, and certainly that weekend back-to-back, well, she got a break on Saturday night, but playing 3 matches in 4 days is not easy.
Jenna Tunnell sending that one into the net. She's actually the 3rd setter on this team and brings an interesting facet to it. She's a left-hander. And here she is on the set to her fellow setter, Heidi Dyer. As a swinger, can do some damage. You saw it right there. Nikki Taylor, the dig attempt was more self-defense than anything else. So credit Pepperdine and Scott Wong. After the debacle that was set too, they're putting together a spirited effort here in the 3rd. Here's Mitchum. Touch shot covered by Froling. Right side set, Dyer through the block and down, and the Waves are within a couple of points here.
Heidi Dyer, 4 triple-doubles this year, made the All-Frosh team last year. 31 matches, she had 31 starts, and this is why. She can play. She's got the full game. Sets in 3 rotations, hits in the other 3.
D set to Taylor in cross court. Right there was Tunnell. Bump set left side. It's Froling, dug up by Taylor. Yosia goes outside. Mitchum, oh boy.
Hey, Mitchum. Kill number 9, sneaking up on double digits in kills. Sneaking up on hitting 300 for the night as well. Good swing down the line. She saw the opening and took it.
How frustrating must it have been for her to sit out the first 9 matches this year, especially after missing the final 12 matches last season with a similar injury to her right hand. Pepperdine is able to work the point there. But Annie Mitchum waiting patiently. The senior from Friendswood, Texas, a 2-time AVCA JUCO National Player of the Year at Irvine Valley College, playing for now Hawaii's volunteer assistant Tom Pestalacci. Funny how things work out, huh? Renato blocked back. Yosia goes to her a second time. And Froling is blocked, but they're going to call a violation against Pepperdine.
In the net.
It was Tunnell getting too tight to the tape. Hawaii up 3. Welcome back. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Heineken. 70. That's the kill attempts for Nikki Taylor versus Washington. Most for a Hawaii player since Emily Hartong. 79 swings in a single match in 2012. Nikki Taylor also that night with a career-high 29 digs for not, though, even though she was named to the all-tourney team last week. Hawaii coming away with that 5-set heartbreaking defeat against Washington. A match they certainly thought they should have finished off. There's Taylor on the save. Middle set. Castillo finding her groove in the middle these days, Chris.
And Eosia unafraid to center. That's really been the difference in the two teams. Hawaii's middles having a field day. Pepperdine's middles really struggling, still hitting negative.
So 16 serving 12. Here's Savannah Kahakai. Right side, that's Dyer blocked. Middle set, missed time, just what you were talking about, but the flat-footed dink works for Jasmine Gross.
Jasmine Gross, a former high school All-American, sports hero, Steph Curry. How about that? You gotta love that. Both her parents were coaches. They were the tennis coaches at the University of Portland. Of course, you knew that, didn't you?
Yeah, well, in fact, they actually have a tennis academy, so it's kind of interesting that Jasmine Gross is playing volleyball.
Yeah.
Here's Taylor on the D set, high hands. Good job keeping it alive by the Waves. Harris, though, access denied. Casey Castillo putting in the heavy lifting on that roof.
Casey Castillo was supposed to be an outside hitter. She was all last year. But when Annie Mitchum went down, she volunteered to go into the middle. And, oh, it's been such a success.
Hit goes long. Was there a touch? No touch on the swing by Hannah Froling. And some palms pointed upward on the Pepperdine side. We haven't seen a challenge yet tonight.
Froling, I think that's Froling's first mistake of the night. She's had a good night hitting from the outside.
7 kills for her prior to that one. Middle set, Gross is dug up by Yosia, so Taylor, cross-court bump set to Granado.
Great bump set by Taylor there.
Lishman the dig, and then Froling gets back to work in the kill department. That's her 8th.
8 kills, she's hitting well over 300, having a good night. In fact, all 3 pin hitters for Pepperdine. Froling, Lyons, Dyer, and Harris all hitting over 300.
Froling, a good-looking freshman. Sends that serve long, however, and Hawaii opens up a 5-point lead here as we get set to turn the final post here in this 3rd set.
The Froling serve went out there, but I think really Pepperdine's got to hit some tough jump serves like Froling just tried in order to get back into this contest and force some bad Hawaii passes, put them out of system, so to speak.
Set left side, that's Lyons off the block and out. So the Waves hitting 267 here in this set compared to 227 for Hawaii.
Taylor Higgins getting the shot.
Right side, it's Harris off the block, played by Taylor. Yeah, so there is Higgins. Oh, back row pipe set. Didn't quite work out there, so a free chance here for the Waves. Lyons blocked. Good job keeping it alive by Morgan. Mitchum on the save. She'll get the set on the outside. Diving one-hand save by Lishman. Lyons the dink. Higgins there laying out. And Kahakai slaps it over. Middle set now to Wiley, blocked back. How about this rally? Lyons, right there is Mitchum playing a little D. Right side set to Taylor. Can she finish it? No, hits it fat. No touch up front.
Ooh, she got a lot of that one. Hit that right in the meat of the ball. It just took off on her. A lot of bad swings. Terrific rally. Both sides playing some pretty good defense. Not a lot of quality swings, but some great defense.
Catherine Towsley now into the match for Pepperdine. And Taylor trying to pull the string there, hits it into the net. Dave Shoji seeing things going awry a little bit. Signals for a timeout. He'll try to get them back on track. Hawaii still up 2 in the third. Welcome back. Time now for the Fujitsu Air Conditioning Cool Play. And it is Annie Mitchell. They pulled the pin out of that left pinky earlier this week. And when you pull the pin, it's followed by an explosion, and there it was.
Oh, I get it. Like a grenade?
Thank you. Out of the timeout, it's Taylor off the block, and now getting back to her killing ways with Noreen Yosia back in at setter.
Terrific pass from Granado that time as well. Granado a little shaky in the first set, the first half, and ever since then she's steadied out and been one of Hawaii's more consistent passers.
Here's Anna Ponce. Middle set, and that's Towsley. Welcome to the match, says Emily Maglio. Maglio putting together a match, Chris. 10 kills, no errors on 14 swings, hitting .714. Throw in now a trifecta of blocks. And the Rainbow Wahine up 4. Pepperdine signaling for a timeout.
Yeah, Hawaii's middle's really done the job tonight. Castillo, she's got 3 kills, 1 error. She's hit .220, but Maglio more than makes up for that. With her numbers, 10 kills, no errors, .714. A steady blocker up front. But if I were to look back at the match and really sort of capsulize it, I'd say Hawaii's serving has really made the difference, wouldn't you? 11 aces.
11 aces, yeah, I think that's a good call. Let's send it over to Ryan Suji. Ryan.
Hey, thanks, Bonobo. You know, interesting to walk the sidelines. Scott Wong telling his team, we have to stay disciplined on defense. We're moving our feet around a lot. I walk over to the Hawaii sideline. Dave Shoji, verbatim, exact same words coming from Dave Shoji. Definitely a reflection of the student and the teacher. Back to you.
Oh, no surprise there. We did talk to Scott Wong before the match. We tried to say, hey, who's going to win the chess match tonight, you or the guy who taught you how to play chess? And he says, I learned a lot from Dave, but I don't think I have an advantage knowing that, just because I coached with him for 5 years.
How interesting for Scott Wong, though. I mean, he has seen and experienced this building and this atmosphere from so many different perspectives, right? As a player who went away, coming back. As an assistant coach, coming back. Then here for 5 years as an associate of Dave Shoji. And here he now comes back as a first-time head coach with his alma mater, Pepperdine, for the first time here playing in the Stan Sheriff Center. That's got to be somewhat surreal through all of that.
Exactly. You got to remember, he played for a great coach and sees him every day at Pepperdine, Marv Dunphy, legend, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, has Marv's daughter, Alex, on the staff for the women's program. Ponce, bump set to Taylor from off the net. Played by Morgan. Left side, this is Lions. Net violation called against the Rainbow Wahine. Well, the newest line of UH apparel and spirit items are now available at the H-Zone stores at Ward Center and in the Stan Sheriff Center. All proceeds benefit UH teams and student athletes. You can also shop online at hzoneonline.com. So here's Jenna Tunnel to serve, and that's not going to help the Pepperdine calls. So Hawaii with 11 aces, Chris, compared to 4 service errors. It's kind of a topsy-turvy statistic when you talk about Pepperdine. 1 service ace to 8 service errors.
Just the opposite, yeah. And just as Pepperdine gets going, they seem to each one of those errors, it seems like, occurred right as they were making a run.
Kendrick Helsh on the floor now at center for Hawaii. Middle set to Mags. The touch shot rattled around, and it goes. Dave Shoji was standing up, sort of lamenting the fact that that middle set wasn't timed crisply, but then had to sort of put his hands back on his hips because they got the point. But he would like to see the execution a little bit sharper.
Nice to see Kelch getting a chance here. She's one of the ones who stepped in the early part of the season when Annie Mitchum was out. She was one of the ones who was in that patchwork quilt lineup.
Outside set, that's Dyer, diving save, Kahakai. D-set to Taylor, cross court. That's bumped straight up in the air. The dink on the second touch, diving save Taylor. A great save again by Granado. Now Mitchum closes the deal.
And that pulls Dave Shoji up off the bench for the first time tonight, and he starts clapping. You don't see that much from Dave. He's pretty stoic. But that one, he loved that rally. Loved the way Kendrick Helsh ran around and put up some good sets. Loved the way Eddie Mitchum put down that last ball. Now we got an Aloha ball.
Nikki Taylor with the save. 11 digs. It's a double-double for her. 13 kills. She also has 7 aces. Aloha ball for the match. Right side set. That's Jaden Farr. Played off the block and a free chance for Hawaii. Taylor the first touch. Step out to Mags. And it's popped. And the Rainbow Wahine bounce back from a heartbreaking defeat on Sunday versus Washington to pull off the sweep. Ekahi Emua Aloha against the Pepperdine Waves.
There's Eric Shoji, bronze medalist in Rio, and his mom, Mary. You know, after the Rainbows fell behind 24-19 in the first, they played the rest of the match as if they were double parked. They were in a hurry to go somewhere. Do they all have a date tonight or something? What's going on? They hustled out here, 25-6, 25-18, boom, boom, boom.
Well, whatever happened, whatever was said, whatever was discussed, it worked. You mentioned down 24-19 in the first set, and then look at the rest of the arithmetic. Hawaii coming from behind, flipping the script in that first set, winning 29-27, and then a dominant 25-6 result in set 2, capping it off in the third, 25-18. Let's check in with Scott Robbs. He has Dave Shoji.
All right, thanks a lot. Coach, it's hard to believe, but earlier tonight you guys were down 24-19 in set number 1. What were you thinking at that point?
Well, I was actually thinking about us being ahead of Washington last week, the same score, and I thought, hey, maybe we had the right server going back, and Nikki, and she bombed a couple and got us right back into the game.
You know, every time I ask a coach what's the keys, they say serving and passing. Your serving tonight was outstanding.
Well, we knocked them off the line pretty much with the jump servers. You know, we got 3 or 4 now, and we were successful. So, you know, I mean, I don't know if that's a weakness of theirs, but it sure worked tonight.
Got Annie Mitchum back tonight, though she was playing on the left side. She looked pretty comfortable over there.
She's not real comfortable, Scott. She took like 3 balls that were 5 feet out. But, you know, I looked at the stats just now. I think she had 10 kills, only 2 errors, never having played the left side. We just filled the need because, you know, Kirsten couldn't go this week. And I just can't say enough about Annie. She's a great kid and just did what we asked her to do.
Tomorrow night, if Sibley's healthy, will you put Annie back in the middle?
Well, you know, Sibley didn't practice at all, so we usually don't play a person that doesn't practice, so I think we'll see Annie back out there.
Okay, one last thing. In the men's game, it's very common to play the same opponent back-to-back nights, but in the women's game, it's not. How do you prepare for tomorrow night?
Well, we got to just figure out what Scott's going to try to, you know, come back on us. He's going to make some adjustments. We'll start the same. We'll attack the same way, but we'll have to look for stuff that they do, you know, because he's not going to just sit back and play the same way.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, Scott, thanks.
All right, guys, back over to you.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Bank of Hawaii presents the players of the match. Heidi Dyer, 7 kills, 18 assists, and 7 digs. It's a fantastic all-around player for the Pepperdine Waves. And Nikki Taylor, double-double performance, 13 kills, 11 digs, but the career high 7 service aces. She was phenomenal, and she was largely the reason that this Rainbow Wahine team was able to turn things around towards the end of that first set, off to an 8-0 run to start the second set, and it was pretty much game over from there, Chris.
It really was. You know, it was infectious, too. Other players started serving aces. You know, Taylor Higgins had a nice run, Norini Asia. So it was almost like Hawaii had the trifecta of service aces going.
An announced crowd through the turnstile of a little over 5,000. They got to enjoy a dominant performance by the Rainbow Wahine. Dave showed you saying we're going to keep things pretty much the same as what we put out there tonight. What differences can we expect from your perspective tomorrow night in the rematch?
Well, the rematch is always closer. Both coaches have a chance to go back and look at film. They make corrections. You know, Dave shows you won't change too much, but I think he'll see that Scott Wong might make some changes, and he might make some subtle adjustments. But I don't think he's going to change a whole lot. Why fix something that's not broken?
Annie Mitchum hitting on the outside, 10 kills.
Leave her there.
320. I mean, you heard Dave showed you for a player who wasn't expecting necessarily coming into the season to play that position, had to wait out because of injury, comes in, has to readjust to that. She performed admirably.
She really did. You know, Ryan Suji loves the fact that he predicted she'd be out there at some point right when she comes back. And sure enough, tonight was that night that she was there. And she performed admirably, to say the least.
Yeah, so Hawaii starting to round into shape, into form here as this 2016 season approaches the conference slate. They'll do the Hanaho tomorrow. Hawaii and Pepperdine, the Waves falling to 6-5 on the year. The Rainbow Wahine improving to 6-4. So Chris and I will do it all over again tomorrow, but don't forget about the Heineken post-game show coming up. They'll break down what transpired on the floor. Until next time, aloha.